Greetings and salutations, my name is Deltran doing Fire Emblem Heroes, and I recently spent some quality time with Clarisse. Confession time here, guys, I have a hard time with the name Clarisse. I stumble on it almost every time I do a video, so I'm sort of glad that I'm not going to be spotlighting her too much anymore, just because, I just can't say Clarisse very well. I had to concentrate a lot. Anyway, more to the point, I found her to be a very enjoyable unit. She went through the first few stratums very easily, just like most 4-star units do. She started to peter out a little bit and I had to support her a lot, but as you see, I'm running her with a Ninian and a Olivia and a Priscilla. Usually I run a few other people, but these guys get some hero merit. And actually, by the time I was done leveling, wait for it. Oh, guys, you see? I hate her name. Every time I stop and I unload it from my mental RAM, it's just gone. Clarisse. Every time. Every time. But anyway, by the time I leveled Clarisse to level 40, I got some more feathers off of Ninian, so that was a good switch. But anyway, back to the topic again of Clarisse. She did perform very well. She performed everything an archer would necessarily need her to, and even though her stats say that there's some flyers that she leaves on the table, I never had any problem with her. She was able to kill everybody I sent her after. Now, of course, this is the training tower. It's not quote-unquote real life, as it were. But even then, I put her, once she was level 40, I put her through a couple other boards. I took her into the voting gauntlet that's going on right now, just to see how she'd perform against some random builds. And yeah, I went through a couple of the level 10 stratums just to kick the tires, so to speak. And you know what? Honestly, she performed very well. You can see what build I have on her right now. Fury, Threat and Defense. I gave her her best bow. And all in all, she was just a lot of fun. And she was effective. I really could probably take her instead of Takumi or instead of George in some cases. She's definitely no Bridelia. Bride Cordelia she's just, I have one that's a plus speed and she's a beast. Nothing really stops that except for unless you don't have desperation on. Okay, so that's enough talking about other heroes. Well, that's sort of the point, is that once I was done training her, once I was done forcing kills on Clarisse, she was a great asset to the group. The only time that I screwed up is whenever a computer-operated Henry had a frickin' harsh command on someone, walked right over to Frederick, turned that around, and that was not good. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know what that effect was at first. I have never seen that effect in the game at all. But yeah, so instead of -5 attack and speed, it was +5 attack and speed. But aside from that little snafu, she was nice at being able to preserve people. I was running her with Legion because I thought it was thematic, and she was able to keep him alive a lot longer. I put life and death on mine because I like glass cannons for the most part. It's just my niche. And yeah, he was able to stick around a lot longer, which was really, really... I'm pretty excited to try her out once I finish kitting her out. I'm going to go ahead and make her a defensive build. If you want to get some ideas for defensive builds, I'll have a link for you down in the doobly-doo. Otherwise, I just don't have the SI fodder for it, so I gave her Fury just to help her out with the damage aspect and with some of the defense aspect. She is a great Fury user. I enjoyed her a lot. I never used her as a wall. Like I said before, she's an archer. She's not supposed to be used as a wall. But you know what? She's taken hits before that I thought would have ended my run. Now, of course, when she gets mopped up on, just like anybody else, she falls. But still, she has a lot of endurance for an archer and a lot of attitude. I love her little snappy sayings or remarks that she has, and she's a fun character, and she does have a pretty decent looking chibi. I wish she didn't look like Navarre, but maybe they're brother and sister. I don't know. Regardless, she was good to use. The kits that you could put on her seemed to work out very well. And yeah, I don't know. It's like, okay, so I'm not like overly praising her. If you have her, then great. Go ahead and use her. She will definitely fulfill the role of an archer for you, and she will help out everybody in the group. But if you already have like a super strong archer, you might not necessarily see her on the field. Like I said, I would actually run her instead of a Takumi in certain situations, but not instead of a Brydelia. She just doesn't seem to have that kind of sting. So my thoughts were a little more rambly than I wanted them to be, but honestly, I don't have like super high praise for her, but she does very well. There's no reason to avoid her. If you grabbed a 4-star version of her, consider bringing her to 5, especially if you don't have that other archer. Oh, and hey, do me a favor. If you're on mobile, rotate your phone to portrait mode. If you're on the PC, hit escape to exit full screen mode, and give this a thumbs up if you like this kind of thing. Otherwise, thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate it. Until next time, take it easy.